This week, stories from our MMM communities in Nigeria and Republic of South Africa are highlighted in our events roundup. In our future, we will show you part of one people from MMM Colombia who have crossed the 1 million Colombian peso mark for their Get Help. Guider Emil and Juan also join us this week for another serving of his Just an Opinion segment. And in our advisory, Administration Introduces Mavro-BTC. To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro News channel. Our stories this week are still from 2016 as we honor guiders who have contributed in the growth of our global community but whose stories we have not included in our previous editions.
Welcome to MMM Seminar. First of all,
We start off with Guider Amupitan Israel's opportunity presentation which he hosted at the Mega Park in Jos, Plateau State last July 2016. A brief prayer led by one of his guests formally opened the occasion. From there, Guider Amupitan went down to business and introduced them to the nature of MMM, its beginnings in Russia and how it evolved to its current platform and ideology. He further showed them how to provide help and get help and the bonuses that his audience would enjoy should they decide to participate. Before closing the occasion, Guider Amupitan spent about 20 minutes discussing three topics which he deemed are very important for his audience to know. One was the rules in safe participation, where he emphasized the things they have to observe if other family members were to join their structure. He also detailed to them the risks they have to consider before joining. And last, he told them the possibility of post mode and what they need to do as members so this situation can be avoided.
That MMM is for people who have the mind of giving. You have to have the mind of giving first before you have to be a participant. And also, people who have the mind of giving out without expecting something in return.
That was Guider Tito Idu describing the nature of the MMM community during his offline presentation at Calabar in Cross River State last August 6, 2016.
Money exchange between us, members in the community. When I mean between us, members in the community.
Speaking in mixed English in Nigeria, he introduced his audience of 10 people first to the nature of MMM and its history. He spent more time in explaining its ideology, which he said is founded on the spirit of giving. He would stress this principle several times, as he also showed them the way the system works. Guider showed them as well how the global platform of donation exchange work using the peer-to-peer system when members initiate the provide help or the get help functions in their personal office. Before closing, he reminded them too that although MMM's goal is to financially empower ordinary people, they should consider first the risks involved and the rules they have to follow before finally deciding to join the MMM family. From Cross River State, we moved to River State where Guider Joy Dubushi hosted a live presentation at the King David Plaza in Port Harcourt last August 20, 2016. She started off with defining what MMM is and introducing her guests to its history and founder.
Yes, many people will just come online and they will tell you.
She moved next to MMM's ideologies wherein she had them read aloud with her each bullet point before explaining. Guider next taught them how to register and the important information they needed. She also showed them the personal office as she started detailing to them the donation exchange process and the different bonuses each participant gets once they join the platform. Last on the agenda was about the risks and rules members should be mindful of. During the event, Guider Joy did not mind entertaining questions in between. She gladly answered them and her guests appreciated her thorough explanation. The presentation lasted for about an hour, but there were no complaints as they had learned so much from Guider Joy. If you are wondering how the event closed, here's a clip.
So MMM, together we change the world. MMM, together we change the world. So by your own contribution, by your participation, we can change the world and make the world a better place. Thank you.
The next day, August 21, 2016, Guider Semit Opeyemi was also out in Akure, Ondo State for his presentation at the State Line Hotel. The program host welcomed first a crowd of about 2 dozens before he called in one member to give her testimonial. Then he introduced Guider Semit as the official speaker of the day. Guider Semit went right down to business as he introduced his audience to what MMM is, when and who founded it. He next discussed in depth the ideology that MMM espouses and the goals it has for its community members. He told them that MMM had many benefits and bonuses to offer, but they would only be able to avail it if they register and participate in the donation exchange program of the community. He also showed them the responsibilities each participant has in order to avoid negative results such as post mode. The last part of the program was an open forum where attendees were given the chance to ask their questions. While this was being done, light snack and refreshments were also served.
MMM,
together we change the world.
MMM,
Bring the God to the
MMM, preaching the God to the rich and the poor. Please, I want to.
That was one of the scenes during the live presentation that Guider Bamilade Ajibari hosted at the Hunters Restaurant in Lagos State on August 27th of last year. It was so as he traced the beginnings of MMM and the ideology it now advances. He talked next about Mavro and the bonuses that each member may get while exchanging donations in the platform. During the presentation, Guider Bamilade also logged in to his personal MMM account and showed them how to provide and get help. He pointed out as well the important tabs in the personal office and their functions and the best practices they must observe so their account will not encounter any problems. Before concluding, his last reminder was for them to always remember the rules in safe participation. The main purpose of MMM is to primarily free people from the bondages of financial slavery. These words were echoed by Guider Mlonipeni Dlamini as he presented MMM to an attentive audience during his offline presentation last November 18, 2016 at the Jaconia Century in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. He first gave them a brief background of how MMM originated in Moscow and how Sergei Mavro-BTC founded it. He pointed out that because of Sergei Mavro-BTC's vision, approximately $14 billion has circulated amongst MMM members worldwide through MMM's donation exchange platform. Mlonipeni also explained to the guests the ideology of MMM. He explained the belief within the MMM community that if you help someone today, you will get a chance to receive help one day. He stressed that the cycle begins with one's commitment to help and that everything is recorded in the system through MMM's own help index called Mavro. As he was about to end, he reminded his guests that MMM does not compel anyone to donate big amounts and that all they have to do is believe in the system and start participating using their spare funds. The province of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa was also the venue of our last story for this week. At lunchtime of November 24, 2016, Guider Tokasani Sondi was at the Kwapata Secondary School in Pietermaritzburg to educate her attendees the basics of the MMM donation exchange platform. She took them through the ideology first and explained that Sergei Mavro-BTC created MMM because he wanted to create a free and fair financial world order. She also reiterated that MMM should not be treated as an investment scheme or a bank, as its platform is anchored on peer-to-peer donation exchange. She went on and explained the advantages of joining the MMM community, including the incentives they will get if they are active in bringing others into the community. The latter part of 2016 was a good period for our MMM Colombia community. Since September of last year, more and more people have crossed the 1 million Colombian peso mark for their Get Help amounts. This week, we will show you part of one names of those who made it beginning from September until November of last year. Felicitaciones to you guys. May your examples inspire more people in your country to join our community.
A pleasant day to all our viewers around the world. This is Emil and welcome to Just My Opinion. Last week on our segment, I shared my thoughts about the videos circulating on YouTube for MMM Nigeria. In fact, after that, I still saw tons of videos being uploaded, which is a mix of both positive and negative reviews about the MMM Nigerian community. Today, what I want to share is something that everyone can relate to, not only MMM Nigeria, but every person watching this video. This is all about taking full responsibility when something unexpected happens to you. As grown-ups, we are bombarded with all kinds of situations in our day-to-day living, from a simple problem in our home to a complicated challenges in our job or business. Let's take MMM as an example. When we join this community, either we are invited by someone or we research for it ourselves. The ideology was introduced to us, and the possibility to gain 30% a month or higher than that heightened our excitement to join MMM. And so we became participant for a few months. Some of us are using our Mavros on a regular basis, and some just keep it, expecting for a higher amount of GH. Then something bad happened. You wake up in the morning, seeing your account in MMM was frozen. Oh my God, it's unbelievable, right? Yeah, I know this is a common scene here in our community, but let's talk on how we can handle it and possibly prevent it from happening in the future. Do you know what is the biggest mistake when people join opportunities like MMM? It is the lack of self-accountability. What do I mean by that? Most people who participated in MMM had this tendency to look for someone to blame when they didn't get what they are expecting from the system. Either they will blame Mavro-BTC, the CRO, the consultants, or the person who referred them just to avoid the consequences of the situation. Little did they know the truth is, there is no one to blame but themselves. If you will try to analyze it, no one forced you to join MMM. You became a participant because it was your decision. Someone may have been convinced you, but the decision to join is still within your control. So, if something happens, you got no one to blame. You have to take full responsibility for the results of your actions and decisions. When you do this, you are halfway on becoming successful in any endeavor that you will take in the future. If you don't believe what I'm saying right now, try asking someone you know who achieved massive success in his career or business. I'm sure that they will tell you the same thing. So what's the point here? Why I'm discussing this matter? The answer is really simple. If at least 50% of MMM participants will learn how to take full responsibility for their action, we shall see less complaints, less negative comments, less blaming, and less panic. What we will see is more solutions, more positive action, better results in a better MMM community. If you really want change, let's start it now. That's it, guys. I will see you again next week. Thank you so much for all your support for our segment. This is Emil saying everything that I said in this video is just my opinion. Have a great day and bye-bye.
In an advisory dated January 7, 2017, the MMM administration has introduced Mavro-BTC to all communities around the world, citing the recent sharp price fluctuations of Bitcoin in the market as reasons for the innovation. In the current system, even when you provide help with Bitcoin, it is automatically converted into the Mavro currency of your local sites using the Bitcoin exchange rate at the time you initiated your provide help. In your personal office, what you will see is the converted Mavro currency value. This value is what is given the 30% donation reward and not the amount of Bitcoin you actually sent. So why is Mavro-BTC necessary? With Mavro-BTC, there will be no conversion anymore, and your personal office will now reflect Mavro-BTC balance. The 30% donation reward is now based on the amount of Bitcoin you sent. If Bitcoin price grows, you will also benefit because of the higher exchange rate. What if Bitcoin price drops? If you think that the price drop may affect the amount you will get in the long run, you will always have the option to instantly convert your Mavro-BTC balance to your local currency. The option to go back to Mavro-BTC is also available. Both confirmed and unconfirmed Mavros can be converted anytime in your personal office. With the implementation of this innovation, the MMM administration hopes that members' participation in the community will become even more comfortable. Today, people in the United States and some of its territories are celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Just like our founder Sergey Mavrodi, Dr. King fought for equality among colored people against an unfair system. May he become another source of inspiration for us as we continue doing MMM. With that, we end another edition of MNC. I am Mark. Always remember, together we change the world.